All right, how's everyone doing? I am Rich CELENZA. Thanks for checking out the Rich CELENZA show. So, what I'm going to get into today is why did you pick your profession? Or why did you go to college and choose whatever you chose to get a degree in? And if you know anything about me, a lot of times I do videos on why aren't you doing what you want to do? Because if you're not doing it, what's the hell, the sense of living to a certain point? But I run into a lot of people that I talk to. Through not only social media, but personally. And then, like, it could be a client, it could be people I network with. And a lot of people I run across complain about the situation they're in when it comes to work, I guess you could say, or even a business that they may have created, or even a degree that they went and got. Now, I get it. A lot of us are put in certain situations where we don't have many choices at certain points of time of our life. But I also think a lot of us aren't willing to change. And one of the reasons I bring this up is because I was talking to somebody and them wanting to, make some changes. They want to move, let's say, from where they're at. They want to change their careers. And if you talk to them, or I'll talk to them, it's kind of funny is how they even ended up in the profession they ended up in. Like, they're not happy there. But again, they're talking about moving, but doing the same thing somewhere else. Now, I get when you move, you got to have a job. But if you don't like what you're doing currently, just because you move, that may be good. But then you take on the same thing you're doing there that is making you miserable there. What the hell? I don't get that to a certain degree. Now, I get a lot of times, too, we're skilled in that area. So that's kind of all we know. So we almost have to, say, hey, I am only this. I don't care if you're in real estate. I don't care if you're a contractor. I don't care whatever the hell you are. This is the only type of job I'm going to get. And you know what? I get it. But here's the thing. You probably went month after month or year after year doing these things. You had to come to a point in time where you're like, hey, I need to make a change. Or, hey, I want to, I'll keep doing this, but I want to make some different moves here. I don't know if you want to go back to school. I don't know if you want to just maybe cut back to part-time and try something else part-time. But I think what it comes down to a lot of times is fear. I also think a lot of people want to be miserable. As much as they say they don't, they kind of do. They need something to kind of complain about. And, a lot of times I also see that they're doing things, and I get it for money. And, you do what you got to do. But if you're making the money you want to make, but you're miserable, again, that's on you. Now, if you're doing something where you're miserable and not making a lot of money, that's on you too. No matter what I'm saying is it all comes down to you. There's millions of different types of things you could do throughout your life to make money. You just got to be creative to first figure out, actually, I shouldn't say creative, first figure out what the hell you want to do. I talk a lot with guys that truly don't know what the hell they want to do. And then when they do figure out, they don't want to figure out a way on how to go approach it or how to do it. So it's almost a fantasy. It's like a dream. When a lot of what they're talking about isn't that big of a deal. Living in Florida too, like lately, the real estate boom, the market slamming here and whatever. And years ago, I took the real estate, exam. I'm talking like 25 years ago. Took it, got it, went and even got a mortgage license. I wasn't even mortgaging, but my ex-wife or my mother-in-law was in the business. So I wanted to know what the hell they were talking about. And I would go take the classes with my ex-wife. It was something we could do together because I was working a lot and so was she. And I could go to the office and hang out with her. And, why I bring that up is you'd swear people like wanting to get a real estate in Florida, which I think statistically there's more people with licenses than there's homes for sale. But if you want to go in the real estate industry, it's like, man, I'm going to go do real estate. I'm like, all right, cool. 6 months later, I'm going to go do real estate. All right, cool. They're still in their shitty a year later. Man, I got to go take that class. I'm like, the class is 8 days that I remember. It's not that big of a deal. Now I heard you could even take it online whenever you want to take it. You don't even got to go to the school. You can take your post-licensing, which means even after you get, you got to pass the class, then you got to pass the state exam. Believe me, it's not a big deal. This isn't like passing the bar. And this is coming from a guy who really was not that great in school. So believe me when I tell you, it's not impossible. But my point being is, a lot of people make things very complicated when it comes to changing their professions or their just desires to do something else when it comes to their financial situation. if you got shit you want to do, start doing it. It doesn't also mean you have to throw everything in the garbage. I think so many people think, I have this career, so I have to quit everything to go venture into this career. If you want to do that and you can afford it, God bless you. But a lot of times you probably can't. Even if you want to be an entrepreneur, a lot of times, it's great to be one, but if you don't have anything else behind you, you don't have a lot of money, to go start another business independently, for one, is going to probably cost you money. And for you to pull a check out of there is going to probably actually hurt you more than help you a lot of times, because you want to kind of take that money to keep growing your business. And, here's the other thing I'm going to officially wrap it up with. A lot of us are I'm older now and I feel this way myself. So I throw myself under the bus. But, I used to have, usually a job that entailed a long, long days. And then I would even be doing things and even making movies where you're working and then you have kids, and I was trying to make films. I must have had energy like an animal, which I don't have anymore. I've also been in a situation where I've had to work 2 jobs. I think like a lot of people. And a lot of people, I think, are just afraid to work more. And here's the deal. If you love kind of what you do, or you truly want to do something, and I know you've probably heard it 100 times, it's really not necessarily work. It's a journey. I talk about it all the time, and it's your journey. So if you want, for instance, to do real estate, I'm just using this for an example, is if you work all day at your other job, weekends or at night, study, get your license, and start doing it. Start going on that journey. Here's the deal. For the first time, you may not even realize it, it's something you wanted to do, where before a lot of jobs you did weren't what you wanted to do. But I see a lot of people who claim they want to do something, open another business, put up a website and start this, sell this, do all these things. They do it, and then they quickly realize that it's not what they thought it was going to be. They didn't realize how much hard work. They didn't realize how much money they got to put into it. They didn't realize how much marketing they had to get into it, right? All these things. So sometimes you just got to call yourself out on your own bullshit. If you want to do something, start doing it, basically, is what I'm saying. All right? I'm going to wrap it up there. If you got any questions or comments, hit me up. I'm at richcelenza.com. I'm also at masteringselfconfidence.com, where I try to help men build their confidence to truly go after what they want to go after, and quit coming up with excuses, and, truly become, or do what they want to do with who they want to do it with, and just enjoy their life, man. All right? Take care, and I wish you nothing but the best.